Okay, so today we are going to discuss about synonyms and constraints. Okay, so synonym. Okay, so the synonyms are the very simple concept. Okay, so someone is asking me the table access. Okay, so DB is the owner for the database. So if anybody wants the access, they has to get the permission from the DBA. Okay, grant permission. Okay, so as a DB, I want to give the access, but I don't want to expose the table name. Okay, the original name of the table I don't want to expose to anybody. Okay, in that case, but I want to give the access. Okay, so the best way in this scenario is the synonym. Okay, so I want to give the access, but I want to expose the table. I don't want to expose the table name. I don't want to expose the original name of the table. Okay, so in that case, what we are going to do? Okay, if you have this type of requirements, okay, the best solution is synonym. Okay, so we can create a synonym on the top of a table. Then that synonym access we will be going to give to the concerned team. Okay, they are going to access that table through that synonym. Okay, so it's a very simple. Okay, so within synonym we have two types of synonyms is there. One is public and another is private. Okay, so it's very easy, I will show you. Okay, so apart from that, okay, here we have another concept, that is constraints. Okay, constraints. Okay, so constraints, okay, is like constraints is like a restriction. Okay, I want to put some restrictions on the table. Okay, so in that case, what is the best solution has been designed, that is constraints. Okay, for example, here, so let me show you. See here, theory is very less. Okay, constraints is a rule or restriction. It is, so why do we want restriction? It is to ensure that data integrity. Integrity means data is secure. Okay, so for example, I have a table. So on specific column, I don't want any duplicate values. Okay, like that. Okay, for example, see here, within the constraint, it's a rule or restriction. Okay, now within the constraints we have the different types of constraints are there. Okay, so the very first constraint is not null. Okay, so in specific column, no one should put the null values. Okay, null values. In that case, we should create the not null constraint. For example, let me show you one example here. Switch user Oracle, then export Oracle underscore SID is equals to database name, the database which you want to access. Okay, then SQL plus /sysdba is a command to connect to the SQL prompt. Okay, so already my database is running, so it was showing that connected to an Oracle database. In case if this database is not running, in that case it will be going to show you as connected to an idle instance. Now connect to the focus user which I have already created. Now here, how many tables I have? So how I am going to check? Select star from tab. Okay, nothing tables is there. Okay, so just a minute, I will create few sample tables. Select star from tab. Okay, select star from EMP. Set line size 200. Now see here, for example, if you take this commission column, okay, so for in this commission column, for so many values has been kept it here null. See here, so for this user Smith, okay, commission is null. So here for Jones, it's a null. Okay, here for almost for 4 to 5 rows, it's null. Okay, here for again for 3 rows, this value commission value has been kept it as a null. Okay, so I don't want, okay, no one should I don't want to be here value to be null. So I want restriction means value should be mandatory. So whoever inserts a row into this table in this column, they should not put the null value. They have to put some value. Okay. In that case, we have to create the constraint. Okay. Constraint means restriction. Okay. What restriction? Not null. Means null values should not be put into a column. Okay. So here we have another restriction, that is unique. Okay, for example, if I create the unique constraint, okay, on for example, on employee number, okay, in that case duplicate number will never it will allow you duplicate values. Okay, because employee number should be always dedicated to every specific employee. Okay, employee number should not be duplicate. Okay, so by mistake if someone assign the same number to the new user, okay, it should not be happen. Okay, that's the reason we can create it the unique constant on such columns. Okay, so unique constant won't allow duplicate values. Here we have primary key constant. Okay, primary key constant is a combination collection of not null as well as unique. Okay, for example, on specific column, null value should not be kept. Okay, as well as duplicate value should not be allowed. In that case, we have to go for primary key. Okay, primary key means a combination of not null as well as unique. Okay, so composite primary key. Okay, composite primary key means, okay, more than two columns. Okay, a primary key with more than one column, more than one column. Okay, for example, in primary key, if you define two columns, then it won't allow. Okay, in that case, you have to use composite. Okay, in a table you can have only one primary key. Okay, for example, for one column you have already specified the primary key, so there is another column. Okay, you got the requirement, okay, from client that in this second column also no one should keep as a null values, as well as no one should put it should not allow the duplicate values. In that case, what you have to do, primary key you have to primary constant you have to create. Okay, but already primary constant was exist on first column, so second primary key on the same table you can't able to create. In that case, instead of primary key you can go for composite primary key. Composite primary key will allow, okay, multiple columns, means more than one columns. Okay, composite primary key means it's also a combination of not null and unique, but the only difference, you can enable more than one column. Default constant. Okay, default constant in sense, okay, if you don't insert the value, okay, it should take some default value. What is the default value? You have to specify for one time. For example, if you don't assign the commission, okay, so by default it should take it as 100. Okay, so like that, that's called default constant. So if you have requirement, okay, then only we will be going to create such constants. Or if you don't have the requirement, let it be. Okay, so but as a knowledge purpose, you need to, for interview purpose, okay, for knowledge purpose, you have to go through all these things. Okay, so here we have another constant, that's called check constant. Check constant means, for example, there is a column called, for example, age. Okay, so employees should be between this age to this age. Okay, they should not be less than this age, they should not be greater than this age. Okay, for example, if you have this type of restrictions, okay, so better you can create the check constant. Okay, if while creating the check constant, okay, you have to specify the value in between two intervals. Okay, so whenever you insert the value into that column, that always it will be going to check that condition. If the value, if that condition gets matched, then only it will allow the values, otherwise it won't allow the values. Okay, that's called check constant. Okay, now here we have foreign key constant. Okay, you can call it as a foreign key or reference constant. Okay, reference constants or reference integrity constant. Basically most of the times we used to call it as a foreign constant. Okay, it is for see here, foreign constant means it is used to enforce the relationship, to put the relationship between two tables. Okay, I want relationship between two tables. Okay, so in that case we will be going to create the foreign key constant. Okay, see here it is used to enforce the relationship between two different tables. The table which has the foreign key is called child table, and the table which contain the primary key. Okay, so how I can be going to have the relationship between two tables? Okay, for example, EMP table is there, another table is the DPT table. I want to have some relationship between these two tables. Okay, so in that case, okay, on primary table, okay, on first table you have to create primary key, on second table you have to create foreign key. While creating the foreign key on the second table, you have to give the reference of first table where you have the primary key. Okay, then there will be the relationship between those two tables. Okay, so let me show you the practical now. So first I will show you the practical for synonyms. Okay, so for synonyms, okay, you need to have a create synonym privilege. Okay, so for that, who can able to give that privilege? Only sys can able to give that privilege. Here connect slash. So right now I have connected using which database? That is focus user. Focus user itself a normal user. So focus user can't create now synonym. Okay, because he doesn't have the privilege for creating synonym. So let's connect to the sys user. Now grant create synonym. Okay, grant create synonym to. Okay, for which user? You need to specify the username. Focus. Grants, just a minute. Grant create synonym to focus. Okay, so privilege has been assigned. Okay, so apart from that, as I told you, in synonyms we have private and as well as we have public. Okay, so default is private synonym. Okay, for public you need to give the again separate privilege. Okay, this is the privilege. So this is the username. So I will be going to give here as focus. So now connect to the focus user. Select star from tab. Okay, this is the command to check how many tables do we have. Okay, now here someone is from some department or from some team. Okay, they are asking me the access for this DPT table, but I don't want to expose the original name of this table due to some my personal reasons or due to some client requirement. Okay, client was asking, okay, you can give the access, but don't expose the original name of the table. Okay, in that case, what you are going to do? You are going to do the synonym. Okay, so like this. Create synonym. Okay, so I will be using the synonym name as a tech for which table? For DEPT table. Create synonym tech for DEPT. So right now select star from tab. It was showing you the four tables, right? Now here you can able to see from next time onwards 5. Okay, 5 rows will be there. Fifth one it will be show instead of table. It will be going to show you as synonym. Now go and check here. So anyhow, that synonym will refer to this table only. Okay. Now say synonym. Okay. Now say select star from. Select star from. So this synonym was created on which table? That is on DPT table. So let's check the data of DPT. Select star from DPT. Okay. Now see here. Now select the synonym. Select star from tech. So 100% same data. Okay, just I don't want to expose the original name of the table. Okay, in that case we are going to create the synonym. Which synonym? Public synonym. Okay, private synonym. Okay, private synonym means it will be okay the same command. Okay, Now public synonym. Okay, so create public synonym. Create public synonym name. It's up to you. You can give any name. Okay, but for which table you have to specify the table name. Okay, now see here, select star from depart. Got it. So now I will be going to show you the constraints. Okay, constraints means restriction. Okay, so I want to put not null restriction first on emp table. For example, select star from emp. So right now on this emp table there was no constraints. Okay, so if you want you can able to check from user underscore constraints. Okay, so now let me create the constraint here. So it will be like this. Okay, alter table name modify. Okay, because already created table, right? Okay, so on already created table I want to put the restriction. Okay, so while creating table itself you want to create the you want to put the constraint, you have the option for like for that also. Okay, otherwise for existing tables I want to put the restriction, yes, using alter command. So while constraints will be assigned on the table while creating as well as after creating also, it's up to you. Okay. So after creation, you have, in that case, you have to use alter table name. Okay. Table name, modify. Okay. So which column? This column. Okay. So this is the data type. Okay. This is the data type range. Then not null. Okay. For example, see here. So let's describe here, describe DEPT. Okay. Okay. Now see here. Alter table name, modify. Okay, so which column? Department number. What is the data type? Number. What is the range? 2. Okay, just I have specified here not null. Okay, so while inserting the value now on DPT, okay, on department number you have to must and should you have to specify the value. Okay, yeah, if you want to put it null, it not allow null values. Okay, now check here, select star from DPT. Let me insert the values. Okay, while inserting, let me skip the value here. Okay, let me try to put the blank value here. Okay, it should throw an error. Okay, because here I have created the constant that is not null constant. Okay, so let me show you. Let me insert the value here. Insert into DEPT. So I will be skipping this column. Okay, department name, comma, location, okay, values. So here, for example, department name. Okay, IT, location Hyderabad. That means I will be inserting a new row. Okay, on this column I will be putting the value. On this column I will be putting the value. So here I will be putting null value here because here I have not included here. So here I have not included. So here I am not putting the value. So now it should throw an error. Okay. So here can't insert the null into focus user. Under focus user, DPT table. Under DPT table, on which column? Department number. You have to specify the value because over there constraint has been created. Which constraint? That is a not null constraint. So hope everyone is getting. Okay. Now your unique constant. Okay. So the duplicate values it should not be allowed. So alter table. Alter table DEPT modify. Okay, on department name. Okay, so here, so what is the character here? See here, for department name, this here we have varchar2 data type, okay, and the range is 14. So I put it the same as usual. So at the end just I have kept as unique, okay. If already duplicate values is there, then it won't allow you to create, okay. Right now here I don't have any duplicate values, so it allowed me to create, okay. Now for example, let me put some duplicate value. So again I will be, okay, here I will be giving as sales. So already we have sales, sales is there, okay. So I will be putting duplicate value. Now I should get an error. Unique constant, okay, on focus user, okay. There is a unique constant, okay. So I will be putting the duplicate value, okay. That's the reason I got this error, okay. So like this. So now primary key constant, okay. Alter table name modify, okay, on location, okay, on location, okay. On this location column I will be creating primary key constant, means no duplicate values, okay, no null values, okay. So you have to try your own, okay. So try to once try to put here null value, it won't allow, okay. Again try it with duplicate value, it will throw an error, okay. So overall how many constants we have, okay, to check, this is the command. Okay, on focus, okay, on department table we have three constants is there, okay. P means primary key constant, U means unique, okay, C means not null constant, okay. So if you want to delete the constant, okay, this is the commands, okay. Alter table name, drop constant, you need to give the constant name, okay. So here I will be creating the composite primary key. That means composite primary key means creating a primary key on more than one column. Okay, that's called composite primary key, like this. So here, how many columns I have selected? Two columns here. See here, alter table name modify. Okay, on two which columns? These are the two columns. Okay, primary key. Again, you need to give the column names here. So here again, no need to specify the data type and their ranges. Okay, created. So here in these two columns, employee number as well as employee name. Okay, it won't allow null values. It won't allow duplicate values. Okay. For example, check constant, alter table name modify, okay, department number, okay, department number, okay, department number, check, okay, department number should be from now onwards, okay, 1 to 30, okay. For example, I will be inserting a new value, so I will be giving the department value as 40, means condition is not getting matched, okay. It should be between 1 to 30 only, okay. So 1 2 3 like that, okay. 27 28 29 30 like that, I mean from 1 to 30 only the department value, the department value should not go beyond 30, okay, like that. So you know the insert command, okay, you just try to put here value 31 into this department value, into this department column, okay, you will be going to get the error. Now here default constant. Alter table, table name, modify, okay, on department number, okay. So I will be giving as value as default is 25, okay. If you don't now insert a new value into this EMP table, okay. So while inserting the value into EMP table on department number, you don't put it any value, okay. So in that case, what happened? By default, it will take 25, okay. Now here on the same table you have one more condition, but the condition is 1 to 30, but the condition is getting match here, okay. So it's up to you, okay. You can create it on different column also, okay. Now here foreign key, okay, foreign key constant, okay. So for this I will be taking a different user to make you understand. So I will be creating a new table. So while creating table itself, I will be defining the primary key. Okay. So otherwise later also you can specify. Later how to specify? Okay, with the help of alter command. Okay. Now see here, create table, table name. Okay. Employee number, e name, department number. Okay. So three columns I will be giving here. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So here constant. Okay. This is a constant name. Okay. So which constant? Primary key constant. Okay, on which column? So on this column. Okay. Now I will be creating the another table. Here I will be giving the reference to primary key. That's called foreign constant. Okay. Here create table DEPT department number. Okay. Here constant, which constant? For example, foreign key constant. Okay, this is the name, it's up to you. Okay, reference, I will be putting the reference to EMP table. Under EMP table, which column? Department number. So in that case, on department number you have to specify the primary key. Okay, if primary key is not there, then there is a no use of having this foreign key constant. Okay, so apart from that, other columns is there, but the restriction is only for this column. Okay, that is department value. Okay, but the here primary key, foreign key. Okay, two different tables. Okay, column should be same. See here I have created the primary key on which column? Department number. Okay, here I will be creating the foreign key on same column, that is the department number column. Okay, that column should be common. Okay, in first so this table I will be going to call as a primary key. Okay, primary table, and this table I will be going to call as child table. Okay, now see here, now I show you the difference. Now let me insert the value into department. Okay, child table first, it won't allow. Always you have to insert the value in primary key, then only primary key table. Okay, then only you can able to insert that values in child table. Now it should throw an error. See here, integrity means condition is not matching. Okay, because constant is there. Okay, on focus user. Okay, foreign key constant is there. Okay, violated primary key, parent key not found, parent key not found. So first you have to insert the value into the primary key constant. Okay, so now it will allow. Now into EMP, in EMP table you have inserted a row. Okay, now I will be going to insert the value into department table. Okay, okay, department table. Okay, so while inserting the value into the department table, so the first row should be 10 only. Okay, let me show you here. So in primary key, first value Okay, on department I have given 10. Okay, so in foreign key table also the department should it has to be 10 only. So beyond 10, okay, it threw an error. In second row in EMP table you have given department value as 11. So in second row here also it should be 11 only. Okay, now see here you should get an error now. Now if you put as 10, it will allow you. See here, that means this is the called, okay, primary key foreign key constant. Okay, parent table you can give any value. Okay, in child table, okay, on wherever you have created foreign key, okay, that value should be matched. Okay, so if you do twice or thrice practical, then only you will come to know all these things. Okay, so by seeing it will it will looks hard only. Okay, if you you have to do the practical for twice to thrice. Okay, then it will become easy.